Welcome to another episode of Learn English Through Podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Today, we're diving into a topic that's everywhere, technology.
Yes, technology isn't just in our phones or computers anymore. It's part of how we work, learn, and even communicate. So, if you want to talk about technology confidently in English, this episode is for you.
Let's start with the basics. When you discuss technology, there are a few key words you'll want to know. Words like device, gadget, software, hardware, and innovation.
Exactly. For example, you could say, I bought a new device to help me work from home. Here, device could mean a tablet, laptop, or even a smart speaker.
And when we say software, we're talking about the programs that run on these devices. So, I installed new software to edit my photos.
On the other hand, hardware refers to the physical parts of a computer or device. So a keyboard, a screen, or even the processor is considered hardware.
That's right. And don't forget words like app, short for application, which is very common today. Everyone says, which app do you use for messaging?
Now, when you talk about technology in conversations, it's important to explain how you use it. For instance, you could say, I use my laptop to watch tutorials and improve my English.
Or, I rely on my smartphone for reading news and connecting with friends. Notice how these sentences show not just the device, but also the purpose. That makes your English sound more natural.
And there's another useful way to describe technology, by its benefits. For example, smart home devices make life easier by automating tasks.
Or you can mention problems too. Sometimes technology can be distracting, especially social media apps. That's a great way to practice using both positive and negative expressions in English.
Absolutely. And here's a tip. Try using verbs that relate to technology. Words like install, update, connect, charge, download, stream, and share.
Let's give an example. I need to update my phone before I can install the new app. See how both verbs are used naturally together?
Another one. I love to stream movies online, but I make sure to charge my tablet first. You're combining multiple ideas about technology in one sentence, which makes your conversation richer.
And when you're talking about trends in technology, words like AI, virtual reality, blockchain, and smart devices are really useful. You don't need to go too deep, just mention them in simple sentences.
For instance, artificial intelligence, or AI, is changing how we use our phones and computers.
Or, virtual reality lets people experience games and movies in a completely new way. Simple and clear.
Now, Jack, I often hear learners struggling with describing how often they use technology.
That's a good point. You can use expressions like frequently, occasionally, rarely, or daily. For example, I frequently check my emails on my phone.
Or, I rarely use my tablet for work, mostly for reading or watching videos.
These words help you sound more precise and fluent when talking about habits with technology.
Before we move on, one quick challenge for our listeners. Try to describe the technology you use every day in 3 sentences. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just practice.
That's right. And remember, talking about technology isn't just about vocabulary. It's about expressing how you interact with it in daily life. Moving forward, it's also helpful to describe how technology changes over time. Words like upgrade, innovate, improve, or replace are perfect for this.
For example, you could say, I upgraded my laptop last month because the old one was too slow. Here, upgrade shows a clear improvement.
And when a new device comes out, you might say, this company constantly innovates to make better products. Innovation is a key word when discussing technology trends.
Another interesting way to describe technology is by its speed or efficiency. Words like fast, slow, powerful, or efficient can help.
Right. This new processor makes my computer much faster than before. Or, even though my tablet is small, it's very powerful for gaming.
When you want to talk about technology in communication, terms like video call, messaging app, social media, and platform are very useful.
You could say, I use a messaging app to keep in touch with friends abroad. Or, video calls are a great way to meet colleagues without traveling.
Another common topic is online security. Words like password, encrypt, protect, hack, and privacy often come up.
A good example sentence is, I always create strong passwords to protect my accounts online. Or, some websites encrypt data to make it safe from hackers.
You can also describe how reliable or unreliable technology is. Words like stable, unstable, crash, glitch, or bug are important.
For instance, the software crashed while I was writing my report. Or, there was a small glitch in the app, but it fixed itself after restarting.
If you're discussing entertainment technology, verbs like stream, download, play, watch, and record are very common.
I often stream documentaries to learn new things. Or, I recorded my favorite show to watch later.
When talking about devices at home, adjectives like smart, wireless, portable, and compact make your sentences more descriptive.
For example, I bought a portable speaker so I can listen to music anywhere. Or, smart home devices can control lights and temperature automatically.
You can also compare older and newer technology using words like modern, outdated, advanced, or obsolete.
A sentence could be, this modern camera takes much clearer photos than my old one. Or, some old devices are now considered obsolete because new features are available.
Talking about technology often involves expressing opinions too. Phrases like I think, in my opinion, I believe, and it seems are very useful.
For example, I think AI will continue to change the way we work. Or, in my opinion, virtual reality can make learning more engaging.
Another interesting way to discuss advantages and disadvantages. Words like benefit, advantage, disadvantage, and drawback are perfect for this.
One advantage of online learning is flexibility, but a drawback is less face-to-face interaction. Using these words helps make your conversation balanced and natural.
Finally, it's good to practice describing future technology. Words like will, might, could, and expect are very common when talking about predictions.
For example, in the future, we might see more smart cities using advanced technology to improve daily life.
Or, experts expect robots to play a bigger role in factories and homes. Another way to discuss technology is by talking about how it affects daily life. Expressions like help, simplify, improve, or change are very useful.
For example, online banking has simplified how we manage money. Or, smart assistants can improve productivity by reminding you of important tasks.
You can also describe challenges or frustrations with technology. Words like confusing, complicated, frustrating, or difficult work well here.
A sentence might be, sometimes learning new software can be confusing at first. Or, it's frustrating when my device freezes during an important task.
When talking about devices, it's helpful to mention how long they last. Words like durable, reliable, long-lasting, and efficient are very descriptive.
For instance, this laptop is very durable. I've had it for 5 years. Or, I bought a new battery that's more long-lasting than the old one.
You can also describe technology using size and shape adjectives like small, large, thin, compact, and lightweight.
A simple example, I prefer a lightweight tablet that I can carry anywhere. Or, this large monitor is perfect for editing videos.
Talking about speed is also common. Words like fast, slow, quick, instant, or lag help explain performance.
The internet connection here is fast, so streaming videos is easy. Or, there's a lag when I play online games, which can be annoying.
Another interesting area is describing technological skills. Words like familiar, skilled, beginner, and expert are very practical.
For example, I'm familiar with photo editing software, but I'm still a beginner at video editing. Or, she is an expert in programming and app development.
When discussing trends, words like popular, trending, emerging, and innovative are useful.
You could say, smartwatches are very popular among young people. Or, emerging technologies like AI are changing many industries.
If you talk about accessibility, words like available, user-friendly, compatible, and adaptable are great.
For instance, this app is very user-friendly, even for beginners. Or, the software is compatible with both Windows and Mac computers.
Sometimes you'll describe problems in technology using words like error, bug, crash, or malfunction.
A sentence example, an error occurred while I was uploading files. Or, the printer malfunctioned, so I couldn't finish my assignment.
Another way to discuss technology is to talk about connectivity. Words like network, online, offline, Wi-Fi, and signal are essential.
For example, the Wi-Fi signal is weak in some parts of the house. Or, I often work offline when there is no internet connection.
You can also describe personal preferences with technology. Words like prefer, enjoy, like, dislike, and avoid help express opinions naturally.
I prefer using a laptop for writing instead of a tablet. Or, I enjoy listening to podcasts on my smartphone during my commute.
Finally, describing updates and improvements is common. Words like upgrade, enhance, add, fix, and improve make sentences more dynamic.
The app was recently upgraded to enhance security features. Or, they fixed a bug in the software that caused slow performance.
Another important topic is discussing technology in education. Words like online learning, e-learning, interactive, tutorial, and platform are very useful.
For instance, I use an online learning platform to improve my English skills. Or, interactive tutorials make studying more engaging and easier to understand.
You can also describe learning tools using adjectives like effective, helpful, informative, and practical.
This educational app is very effective for practicing vocabulary. Or, I found a helpful tutorial that explains grammar clearly.
When talking about technology at work, expressions like remote work, telecommuting, digital tools, and collaboration are very relevant.
A sentence could be, many companies now use digital tools for remote work. Or, collaboration apps make teamwork easier even if people are in different cities.
Technology can also be described by how it influences creativity. Words like innovative, imaginative, creative, and cutting edge are perfect for this.
Graphic designers use innovative software to create stunning visuals. Or, cutting-edge technology allows musicians to experiment with new sounds.
Talking about costs is common too. Words like expensive, affordable, cheap, costly, and worth it help express value.
For example, this new smartphone is expensive, but I think it's worth it for the features it offers. Or, affordable tablets are available for students who want to study online.
When describing technology experiences, verbs like explore, test, try, experiment, and use are useful.
I like to explore new apps to see which one suits me best. Or, he experimented with different camera settings to improve his photos.
You can also explain how technology affects communication. Words like connect, share, interact, message, and post are common.
Social media allows people to connect with friends worldwide. Or, I often share updates and photos with my family online.
Discussing devices in daily life is easier if you include words like tool, equipment, accessory, and gadget.
A wireless mouse is a useful tool for working efficiently. Or, headphones are essential accessories for listening to music without disturbing others.
When talking about technology improvements, adjectives like advanced, modern, futuristic, and up-to-date can describe progress.
Modern smartphones have advanced features like facial recognition. Or, up-to-date software ensures your computer runs smoothly.
Technology also impacts entertainment. Words like game console, streaming service, platform, virtual reality, and subscription are common.
Many people prefer streaming services over traditional TV. Or, virtual reality games provide a more immersive experience.
Finally, when explaining habits with technology, phrases like spend time, rely on, addicted to, check frequently, and prefer using help make sentences sound natural.
I spend time every morning reading news apps on my tablet. Or, some people are addicted to social media and check it frequently.
These expressions let you explain your daily life, routines, and preferences with technology, making your conversations more fluent and detailed.
Another interesting way to discuss technology is to talk about its impact on health. Words like screen time, eye strain, posture, exercise, and well-being are important.
For example, spending too much screen time can cause eye strain and headaches. Or, it's important to take breaks and exercise to maintain well-being when using technology.
You can also talk about safety when using technology. Words like secure, risk, monitor, protect, and alert help explain precautions.
I always monitor my accounts to stay secure online. Or, it's wise to set alerts for unusual activity to reduce risk.
Talking about technology in transportation is another option. Words like autonomous, electric, GPS, vehicle, and navigation are useful.
Autonomous vehicles use advanced sensors to drive safely. Or, GPS navigation helps drivers reach their destinations efficiently.
When discussing communication tools, it's helpful to mention speed and reliability. Words like instant, fast, dependable, and real-time are common.
Instant messaging allows people to respond immediately. Or, real-time updates make team projects more efficient.
Technology in shopping has also changed daily life. Words like online store, e-commerce, delivery, checkout, and cart are very relevant.
I prefer shopping from online stores because delivery is convenient. Or, adding items to the cart before checkout helps organize purchases.
You can describe technology using environmental words. Terms like energy efficient, sustainable, eco-friendly, and recycle are helpful.
Many devices today are energy efficient to save electricity. Or, some companies focus on producing eco-friendly gadgets.
Talking about updates and trends can include words like release, version, feature, patch, and upgrade.
The new software version includes a feature to improve security, or a patch was released to fix bugs in the system.
Technology can also be described in terms of availability and accessibility. Words like reachable, open, accessible, and remote are useful.
Online courses are accessible to students worldwide, or remote work tools make it easier to stay connected from anywhere.
You can also explain limitations using words like restricted, limited, unavailable, and incompatible.
Some apps are restricted to certain countries, or this software is incompatible with older devices.
Discussing innovation often involves action words. Verbs like develop, create, invent, design, and engineer are helpful.
Companies develop new apps to meet customer needs, or engineers design drones for various industries.
You can also explain experiences with technology using phrases like interact with, explore features, navigate, customize, and personalize.
I like to explore features on my phone to understand them better. Or you can customize apps to fit your personal preferences.
Finally, discussing trends can involve predicting future changes. Words like emerging, potential, breakthrough, and forecast are useful.
Emerging technologies like AI have potential to change education. Or experts forecast that smart devices will become even more common in homes.
Another way to explore technology is by discussing its role in entertainment in media. Words like interactive, immersive, streaming, platform, and content are key.
Streaming platforms provide a wide range of interactive content for viewers. Or, virtual reality creates an immersive experience for video games and movies.
You can also describe technology that enhances creativity. Words like digital, multimedia, animation, design, and editing help explain artistic tools.
Digital animation allows artists to bring stories to life. Or, multimedia projects combine video, audio, and graphics for a richer experience.
Technology in communication can be described using verbs like broadcast, transmit, post, comment, and share.
People can broadcast live events to a global audience. Or, I often comment on posts to share my opinion.
Discussing collaboration online often includes words like teamwork, platform, coordinate, project, and file sharing.
Teamwork platforms allow colleagues to coordinate tasks efficiently. Or, file sharing makes it easy to collaborate on projects remotely.
When describing improvements, adjectives like enhanced, upgraded, optimized, and refined are very useful.
The upgraded software is optimized for faster performance. Or, the refined interface makes navigation much simpler.
Technology in science and research often uses terms like experiment, simulation, data, analyze, and model.
Scientists analyze data from experiments using advanced software. Or, simulations help researchers understand complex systems.
You can also describe how technology affects accessibility. Words like inclusive, assistive, adaptive, and supportive help explain these tools.
Assistive devices help people with disabilities communicate more effectively. Or, adaptive software supports students with different learning needs.
Talking about digital security and protection uses words like firewall, monitor, detect, encrypt, and authenticate.
Firewalls monitor network activity to detect suspicious behavior. Or, encryption helps authenticate and protect sensitive information.
Technology can also be described through user experience. Words like intuitive, responsive, simple, and accessible highlight usability.
The app is very intuitive, so beginners can navigate it easily. Or, responsive design ensures the website works well on any device.
Another way to discuss technology is by mentioning its social impact. Words like connect, influence, community, and network are important.
Social media platforms connect communities around shared interests. Or, technology influences how people communicate and share information globally.
Finally, you can summarize your opinions about technology using phrases like I find it helps, it improves, and it changes.
I find technology very helpful for learning new skills. Or, it improves efficiency and changes how we live every day.
Remember, the key to talking about technology is combining vocabulary with real-life examples. Describe devices, explain usage, mention trends, and express opinions.
The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Try explaining what technology you use daily, how it helps you, and what new tools you want to try.
That's all for today's episode. Keep practicing these words and expressions in your conversations. Technology is everywhere, and talking about it confidently will make your English stronger.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep using English in practical ways.
See you in the next episode of Learn English Through Podcast.
Take care, everyone.